there. So yeah, this is my first vlog with my brand new helmet camera. It's not mounted right now because I just haven't had time to go riding. So yeah, I have a few things to tell you guys about, if anybody even watches this stuff. So, if you watched my 2 videos about my fair experience, you will know that I was very tired right in the videos. So yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys all about that. Okay, so, fair, we went there the first day, and it was interesting. We watched everybody scurry around, fixing up the stalls, blah, blah, blah. Then we had a potluck thing, which, by the way, none of the food was very edible. So that was a waste of my time, I think. I did meet one person. I think that was a waste of my time too, because they haven't contacted me again. So I guess it's a waste of my time trying to make friends, because nobody ever contacts me back. So yeah. And then we came home after we received the packets all with the patterns and all that. I guess it is my fault that I did not receive my Western importation, but yeah, it was okay, I guess. But it's another reason why I don't want to go back, because it's like they don't have it together. So Thursday I had to get up at 5 a.m., which I normally get up at like 8 or something. Ominous silence to let that soak in. So I got up at 5. Well, I went through the morning routine thing, loaded up and headed out. I actually drove there, which is very surprising, since usually I would be extremely tired at 5 a.m., but I was excited about the day. I was like, oh boy, this is going to be great. I'm going to have lots of fun. And then we got there. So we were doing showmanship first. So yeah, I didn't see any problems with that could happen, other than I had no idea. I hadn't practiced at all. Okay. So I was told I needed a helmet, so that was fine. I went and got my helmet. And, I had just gotten my helmet camera Tuesday, on the week of the fair. Got it Tuesday, mounted it, I think, the same day or Wednesday, because I wanted to video from my point of view the events. Except for showmanship, of course, because that's boring. Who wants to see what that is anyway? So I had the helmet mounted on the very top. Here, I'll show you on a different helmet. This is my previous helmet right here. So it would be mounted right about here. So yeah, that helmet's toasted. I don't know why I keep it. I guess I keep it for a spare at home in case mine breaks or something. So I was told I couldn't have my helmet camera mount. They're like, you could fall and hit your head and it could twist your neck. I'm like, what? What? So I was like really upset about that because that helmet camera mount is adhesive and the adhesive is so strong only heat can bring it off. Heat directed onto it, sunlight shouldn't do it. But it was like, what? So I broke down right there. Yes, I did cry. My emotion thing goes like this, especially when I get up at 5 a.m. So, I wore my dad's cowboy hat, which is kind of similar to this, only not a summer one, but this one is a good enough example. And so I wore that during showmanship. I forgot half the pattern. Okay. Oh, well, this is what happens when you be weird. But afterwards, I'm thinking about it actually clearly. I'm like, how do you fall off a horse and land on your head? How did it even happen? I don't know. How can it happen? I don't see how you can fall off the horse and hit your head directly on top of it. And if you did, your neck would snap, probably snap. Anyway, so that little helmet camera mount isn't gonna make a difference whether you live or die. It's not really gonna make a difference. It's probably just gonna break the helmet mount. That's it. So they refused to let me do anything with that helmet, with the helmet mount. Yeah, I managed to get the helmet mount off. I have no idea. I don't really want to know how. But he got it off in one piece, so that's nice. And so I got to use my helmet after showmanship for the English equitation. Now, before the showmanship, there was a judge meeting where you could ask all sorts of questions to the judge. I asked about these boots and that saddle, the English saddle. The judge said that I wouldn't qualify for state, but I could wear it. And so I got to do the English equitation. Somehow I managed to get a score of 69, which is actually nice since I was actually somewhat balanced, kind of. Balanced enough that I didn't feel like I was going to fall off. I didn't have any concerns about it, but not totally 100% balanced like I am in my Western saddle. So jumping came around. There was only 2 contestants, me and intermediate rider. Those are right below senior. And then the judge told me my boots were too wide. After I had just read it in English. It's like, okay. Her excuse was because my boot was too wide for this strap. Yeah, I'm gonna show you something. Okay. This. Okay. So yeah, it has 1 inch or so face. There. So, yeah, I've ridden in the style boot, and these stirrups, I have fallen off twice. Once I broke my leg because I did a full somersault off. There is no way that my boot is going to get caught in this stirrup, and if it did, that is what this is for. This will slide right off of here. There is no way you're gonna get dragged unless something is really wrong in that saddle. There's like no way that you can even, I don't see how you can get hurt with all that safety measures. And I showed the judge I could kick the stirrup right out. True, she couldn't jerk my foot out of the stirrup when my weight was in the stirrup, but I could kick it out. I told her I have always rode in that saddle. I have jumped before in that saddle with my boots, and I have never come out of the saddle jumping. I've come out of the saddle when the cinch came loose and the saddle tipped sideways. I've fallen off when the stirrup got caught on a fence post and basically jerked me off. Yeah, so, yeah. So she refused to let me ride. Yeah, I know I'm really gaining points with this judge by trying to talk some sense into her, use some logic. But yeah, they have their own little circle, and everybody who comes in is invading their circle. So they probably had it out against me. So I didn't get to jump. Sad face. Oh well. Oh well, I can jump on my own. Who needs that? That pattern was like so easy too, and it was like disappointing. But oh well. And then Western equitation. I was like, okay, I'm going to ace this thing, no problem. And then I realized that there was supposed to be a pattern. And that everybody got that pattern except for me. So I went out there and I watched the other two seniors do the pattern. None of them got it right. Ugh. And so I just copied them and just improved the pattern to look really nice. I should have got a higher score, but whatever. So Chrissy loves to jog. I have a hard time getting her to trot. She likes jogging. And on the score sheet, it says, did not jog. Both me and Mom were like, then what is she doing then? If she's not jogging, what is she doing? Like an extremely slow trot that drags on and on and on? I don't get this. So I got a 69 score too. Well, for everything I got 69. The judge had 69 stuck in her head. Just stuck there, like, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69. I did so much better on the Western course than the English or the showmanship. I don't get it. But, so I was pretty, ticked off by the end of the day. My emotions were jumping all over the place, especially since let's see, it seemed like everybody was all stuck up and nobody cared except for my leader. He was like, what is wrong with you people? So I came home, I did my thing, I raged a little bit. I did that video. Then I had to get up at 5 a.m. the next day and do it all over again. So we got back there. I double checked with the judge for that saddle. I had used it the day before, but I wanted to double check because some people have bear traps against. So some people have said that I'm going to kill myself if I continue using that saddle, which is kind of interesting since that saddle has gone more miles than they have probably ever been on the horse. Yeah, that saddle is actually my dad's saddle that he gave to me, and it's been over the Sierra Mountains in California so many times. So I double checked that saddle. She said it was good. It was fine. I was first up on the figure 8 stake, and I showed him how it's done. My horse just walked calmly out there, like it's half asleep or something, not all rearing and causing trouble like 99.9% of girl horses do. So we just walked out there. I acknowledged the judge, and then I turned around and went. I got a score of 14, 7, 4, or 5, or something like that. But 14 seconds, basically. The fastest score of everyone who went. I got the top score. In all reality, they should have recognized that. But instead, they just handed me the white ribbon that everybody else who actually completed the course got. And that was that. They didn't even say, great job, nice time, nothing. They were just like, here you go, see ya, next. It's like, what is wrong with you people? You're not even rewarding those who do the best. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? To do your best and get acknowledged for your efforts. So then we did keyhole thing after everybody did the barrels and we all got our prizes, blah blah blah. Chrissy backed over one of the holes instead of turning around. So that was okay. It seems how we had never done that before in our entire gaming history. Yeah, I had entered that just to see, what is this? Let's try this. I was pretty sure that I could do it, but if Chrissy hadn't backed over that pole, I think we could have done it. But that was okay since a lot of other horses did just about the same thing. And so then after everybody failed miserably about that, then the bending poles came up. We were going lickety-split on that until on the way back, halfway through, pole slammed right here into this knee. I did finish the course. I got disqualified for knocking a pole down. One pole. Generally, it adds 5 seconds onto your total time. But they disqualified me. It's like, okay then, that isn't according to the rules, normal rules. So, but, my knee swelled up. It was swollen from here, clear down to here, black and blue. It felt like it was actually bleeding. I think it might have been bleeding internally or something. There's still black and blue, a swollen spot right here. When I bend it, you can see where it pokes up. You can't see it because my jeans. But it is black and blue. It's really dark black blue too. So, I had a break because I wasn't in the next event. So we put some oils on it, which thankfully we brought. Thank goodness we brought the oils, because otherwise I'd be in a whole lot more trouble. And so, when the barrel race came, it was last, and I was hurt, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to get this over with so I can go home. We're doing pretty good until the last barrel, when I had to jerk this leg up, out of the way of the barrel. I am the only person who does acrobatic skills on the barrel race. As the horse turns, if my foot is in the way, I move it out. Generally, the strap comes with me. But I lost the strap this time, which is a first, actually, on pulling my foot out of the way. It's actually the first time that I've lost my strap. So all the way home, I was trying to get my strap back in, without obviously trying to get my strap back in. But just before I crossed the finish line, I slipped my foot back in the strap. I was like, I'm dead, I'm doomed. They're going to disqualify me, because in the book it says that if you lose your strap, you're disqualified. Well, obviously they didn't see. Mom thinks maybe they were trying to make up for all of the stupidity that they brought, but I don't think so. I don't think they saw it. I did not volunteer that I lost my stirrup. So, yeah, I got my ribbon, my white ribbon. If I hadn't got hurt and if I hadn't lost the stirrup, I would have taken the blue, for sure. The way me and Chrissy were working together, we should have blazed their barrels and left them coughing in the dust. But as it was, I had the fastest time period of them all. And so they, I don't get why, but they had a gaming buckle, they had awards, blah blah blah. And because nobody had gotten a blue ribbon, they decided that they're not going to give out any awards to those who got the best time. They just were like, okay, I got a herdsmanship thing for keeping my stall clean. That was it. So I got 5 ribbons, all white, and 1 certificate, and 1 awesome time. So that was my horrible day thing. And then with a really sore knee, I had to help pick up everybody's mess. So, yeah, I'm not doing that again. So that was like the worst competition that I have ever been in. And yeah, and to make matters worse, I was talking to my leader on the Friday afternoon thing after, right before we had to pick up. I was telling her why I'm not doing 4-H again. She was very understanding. She had some problems with idiots too. And this other leader, who I guess was out to get me because she's the one who had the problem with the helmet camera. She basically was throwing a fit about everything that I was doing, basically. And so she just butts into my conversation. I don't really know all of what transpired, but she claims at the end of the conversation, she snapped that it would be easier next year, honey. And I told her, I'm not participating next year. I'm not doing 4-H next year. And so she just snarls in one of the worst tones that I have ever heard. I don't know if it's even possible to duplicate that sound, but I'm going to try. I am going to really try. Your loss. Okay, that was a horrible copy of her tone, but it was just the worst tone that you can possibly find in the entire world. And and she's just like, your loss. And now I'm thinking, my loss? Really? My loss? Actually, it's your loss. You're driving away the next generation of 4-H leaders, all because you're too hard-headed and so fixed on all of your own stupid little rules that aren't even in the 4-H book, that you're just going to be all nasty to the next generation and scare them away. I have no interest in dealing with 4-H because even before the fair, I went in to get my records checked, and I was met with an interrogation, hit with a curveball that I needed community service. 2 points. I thought community service had been obliterated because none of the kids were doing it. They were losing members over that. And 2, since when do kids have to go out of their way to work their tails off just for some fair thing when they're going to get yelled at and not acknowledged anyway? And yeah, it's like, excuse me, but you're not being helpful. Well, I forgot what I was gonna say on top of that, but I managed to slip by. Oh, the definition of community service is something that does not benefit you. Well, sorry to blow everybody's definition of community service, but technically everything that you do does benefit you. Because even if you go out and weed the entire fairgrounds, you're still getting benefits, actually. Because you're getting weeding experience. How scary. And if you go work at the food shelf thing for the poor people, you're still getting experience. You're getting experience with dealing with people. Most people where I live are idiots with no common sense. Yeah, you're still getting experience. No matter, you're still gaining experience and so benefiting from everything you do. And it's not like you can do much. But I got away with 30 minutes of weed eating that I did in Minnesota. Cough. That was horrible. I was shaking like this afterwards. And so the interrogation happened, and they were just like, do you have a job to support your horse? Don't you do anything that doesn't benefit you? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want to ever get arrested. I don't want to ever be interrogated. But I actually kept my cool the entire time. It's like, wow, my shyness has been dwindling a little bit. Thank goodness. And my train of thoughts doesn't derail immediately. I still keep my wits about me most of the time. And so, yeah, that's my 4-H experience. I will not be doing it again. I'm gonna see if Pony Club out in the valley has any teenagers. So yeah. That was horrible. I'm not doing that again. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoyed my tale of 4-H horrible experiences. I would not recommend 4-H to anybody who actually wants to get out there, get stuff done, and learn things, and get recognition for their accomplishments. Yeah, they don't do that. So, go take horse riding lessons if you want that, or something. But, yeah, if you can put up with them being safety midget things, everything that might possibly form a hazard in their imagination even, you will get written off of needing to fix that. So, yeah. If you can deal with it, go ahead. You might have fun. If not, then trust me, in my county, you will not have fun. Yeah, if you're in my county.